friends, it's Joey, and today's video is it's something special that happened to me last week on TikTok, and I just wanted to talk about it and kind of go more in depth about my feelings towards everything. I laugh because I'm hurting. So a little backstory. Last week I posted a TikTok and it was based on a trend using the song The Other Side from The Greatest Showman, just talking about things you didn't like, things you're not into, or things you wouldn't just bring into 2021. I'd seen another user use anime and I decided, hey, that'd be a great idea, let's try it. And mistake number one. So I posted my TikTok and it said anime I didn't get into, or anime I'm not into, I'm not sure. It'll be right here. And I used Demon Slayer, Fairy Tail, Black Clover, One Piece, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and Yashahime. And most of the comments were pretty mellow at first, like a lot of them were like, you woke up and chose violence, or my weep heart is hurting. But most of them were pretty like understanding and like, we get it. And then came the abusive one. Someone would say, oh, you have shit taste. And to be sassy, I said acquired taste. And that was a bad idea. Someone else had said you have shit taste, and I've been responding back to anyone who said that, acquired taste. And they said something along the lines of, you probably watch Fruits Basket. Yeah? I ended up having to block a couple users because it got very abusive and very aggressive, and they started calling me derogatory things. And then became threatening, like, if I ever see you, like, obviously you don't think much about that, but when you see it, you're like, I don't like that. So I ended up apologizing, not like to them, but basically to anyone else, like, hey, I'm sorry, it wasn't meant to offend anyone. I never said these were terrible. I just said I wasn't into them. Like, my bad. And after that, I just stopped getting comments completely, so I think people understood, I hope. Anywho, that experience caused me to think about, why don't I like each of these animes? And I'm about to tell you why in this video. So let's jump in. Demon Slayer. This was my biggest disappointment. I was extremely excited to watch Demon Slayer. My husband and I have been watching new animes to kind of, you know, expand our repertoire of anime knowledge. And Demon Slayer was one I was already pretty familiar with, mostly Nezuko, who is best girl in my eyes. I absolutely adore her, and I'd never seen the show, and I was like, yes. So I begged and begged and begged, and finally he's like, fine, whatever, like, it's only a season. I was like, yes, I won! Joke was on me. 6 episodes in, and it was miserable. For me, I was just so bored. Tanjiro, bless his little heart, he's not the protagonist that I wished he was. I'm sure he becomes one later, like, you know, he was just really whiny, and it was a lot to handle. And I get it, you know, he lost his whole family, his sister's a demon, but like, I mean, people have had worse experiences. I was just really disappointed because I was the one who fought for this, and he was the one who ended up loving the series and was like, what, you don't like it? And I was like, I feel physically tortured to continue watching this, and we've got like 20 something episodes left and a movie. I don't know if I can do this. And I didn't. But I did order a Nezuko figurine because she's still best girl. Fairy Tail. I tried. I wholeheartedly tried. I put a season into that show and I lied to myself every step of the way. So Fairy Tail was one that my friend Riley Chase Fox had recommended. He really loves the show, and at the time I was voicing Lucy in some of his comic dubs, and so I thought I should probably get familiar with the material of which we are dubbing. And I tried. I did. There were things I really enjoyed. I love Happy. He's cute. I just can't. It's just, ugh. But I really wanted to like it, and I literally watched an entire season basically saying, oh, this is good. This is really good. How many episodes are that? Okay. Black Clover. I just did not like this at all. Asta is just, I hate him. There's no easy way of saying this. I do not like him as a character, and because he is the main character, it is hard to watch. It's a lot like Naruto and My Hero and Demon Slayer to a point, where you've got someone who's like a weak protagonist who doesn't have these skill sets, and they have to work towards it. So, you know, I like Naruto. I haven't really watched My Hero, but I assume I'd like it. I don't know. I have shit taste. I think I got 3 episodes in before I just was like, I'm done. I can't. Maybe one day I'll try to revisit, because I've heard really good things, but I've also heard really bad things. It's like one of those mixed series. You don't know who's right, because, again, it's based in opinion. One Piece. Now, let me tell you, I loved One Piece. Loved it from the bottom of my heart. I started watching it when the 4Kids was releasing it, the butchered, censored Bellamers in a Dungeon series. And I loved it. I absolutely adored it as a child. Obviously, when I grew up and I started reading more into the characters, I was like, I don't remember this happening. I don't remember any of this happening, because it didn't happen in the show I watched. And then Funimation got the license to dub it, and they redubbed it, and so I rewatched it, and I was like, what is this? This whole new world I've missed. And I loved it, and I watched all the way up to, I want to say, the Baroque Works arc. I'm pretty sure that's as far as I got before I said it's too much. Because at the time, even though I had watched that far, the Japanese dub was still coming out with brand new episodes that were way ahead of what I was at with the English dub. And there's like, I want to say there's 50 mangas, maybe more. I'm pretty sure I'll put up but I couldn't. It just got tiring to continue. And then there was like a time skip from what I read, and I'm just like, I can't. Did he not find the treasure? Did we get lost on that journey? I thought he was looking for One Piece. What is happening? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. Now, I will not lie, I was very intrigued by the premise of the show, and people had such great things to say about it. It's very highly rated. The animation looked very interesting. I love seeing memes of other anime in the JoJo's artwork. It's fantastic. I don't like the show. It's interesting because going into that, I'm like, who is JoJo? Who is it? No, all their character names have Joe leading to it, like Jotaro, and I was mistaken. I'm like, who is this JoJo character? And yeah, it wasn't my cup of tea, and I really have nothing bad to say about it. It's a good show, it really is. It just was not good enough to hold my tiny attention span. And probably the worst on this list is Yashahime. So before you guys freak out, Rose, that means you, I want to just preface this by saying I was so excited for this anime. The moment it was announced, I was like, oh my gosh, you know, Inuyasha was one of my childhood shows. It's probably a lot of people's childhood shows. It's kind of that transition from kid anime like Pokemon, Digimon, Sailor Moon to much more adult anime because it had swear words and blood. What in the Cartoon Network is this? And so I started watching it, and I hate the new characters with a dying passion. And I know that's like a big thing because obviously they're the daughters of Sesshomaru and Inuyasha, and I cannot stand them. I cannot stand any of them. And maybe it's just because I'm just an old fart and I just want to see the old characters. Like, you rarely see them. Maybe in flashbacks, maybe in tiny passing scenes, you rarely see the original characters. And you're stuck with these new characters. And I know some people, probably a majority of people, love the new characters. I don't. I'm not one of them. It's Towa, Setsuna, and Mahora. And I know that hurts a lot of people's hearts, and I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying I cannot handle those 3 main characters, and they're the people we're supposed to root for, and the people we're on this journey with, and the people who are getting through this Inuyasha-less world, okay? So that's it. That's basically the reason why I didn't get into these animes. Again, I'm going to reiterate, they're not bad. I learned my lesson. Never put an opinion out on the internet. It's a bad idea. So until next time, keep smiling, guys. Bye!